everybody. Today we are going to begin our meeting with first web conference. With me are my classmates Camila Rincon, Carlos Castro, Sandra Bonet, Camilo Niño, and me, Juliana Córdoba. Today we are going to talk about a catastrophic event in United States, like was the event on September 11th. That without doubt, this was the most terrible for American people. And in fact, there are many information about this attack to the Pentagon in New York. This was a surprise and catastrophic attack, and I believe people, soldiers, war machines, nowhere any protection. Okay, okay. We are going to begin answer some question about this video. The first question is, how the USA Air Force have prevented attack?
I think they have sufficient time to respond to an attack as this because USA it was warned by another country about this attack. Also, the Secret Service knew about the incoming police plane for the late 30 minutes. So, but they didn't do anything. Um, I also USA could have shut down the airplane. The General Ralph could have ordered the jets to arrive and take control of the situation, but the general was unavailable and at the same than high command. Therefore, this made difficult to make control of the situation of what happening in USA.
I think I don't agree with you, Camila, because I think nobody now idea to imagine that missile in an airplane. I think of fourth United States and government don't have any idea about that because they don't know what time, what place they are going to receive this attack. Then I think people, any force and any people in the government have any idea or can imagine that they are going to receive this attack that could to collapse the Twin Towers in New York.
Yes, but it was warned by another country. For the president, the Russia president, the intelligent German and Britain. So
Okay,
it
but
was warned for this attack.
okay, in any moment, people, if you are if they are in a war, they have to ready to receive the attack. But imagine that this attack coming in a missile in an airplane, I think it's a so bad idea. It's so terrible for the for any country that make that. Can I beginning with the other question? Okay, second question. Were the Twin Towers deliberately demonstrated by explosive? Carlos, what do you think about that? That's a question. Carlos, we can listen to you, please.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Juliana. Yes, I would like to add that information that the bunkers obtained from the witness. Uh, I mean, the Twin Towers collapsed, but it was because there was explosive correctly added to the structure, to the metal. That's the only explanation why the Twin Tower uh, collapsed, both at the same time. It was not at the same time, but the witness report that they hear noises of explosion controlled. So that's why both the Twin Towers fall down as one.
Okay, Carlos. I can hear a lot of sound, and sometimes your communication no were the best, Carlos. Okay, but what do you think, Sandra,
Well,
about these twin towers? Or Camilo, can you say anything?
well, as Carlos said, that's mostly the truth. Well, but I think that, in my personal opinion, the to establish that the twin towers were demolished by explosives, it's like impossible because it has never been proved. Uh, Nobody has the real truth or has anything to prove that there were explosives in the inside the twin towers. I think that
Okay, but I think the explosion or collapsing the was not only with explosives in the airplane. I think there were some explosives into the building. Okay, not only the missile have the explosives to demolish it or to destroy it, the twin towers. I see it into the building that I can see that I can watch in the video. There was or there were explosives into the building. Are you ready with
yes,
me
but
or?
no, I'm not agree. But la, for the things that I said, this has never been proved, or anybody doesn't have the proof to say or to affirm that they were explosives inside the buildings. I think that
There are
Yes.
many
I
information about that. There
yeah.
are many information about that. I can watch in the video and I can read another document that say that
yes.
into the building uh, I can read that
I mean,
in the elevator. In the elevator, find out some explosive in this for this day, night
okay,
11. Are you agree with
but
me?
I think, excuse me, I think that there is key information that the FBI, I mean, didn't reveal to the public. And that information, or the information that they publish, do not correspond with the version of the witnesses. Witnesses reports, boom, 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 boom. That sounds it's only perceived when there is a controlled detonation. That's a proof that it was, I mean, it was done in purpose.
Can I begin with the other question, or do you have anything to say now, Camila and Sandra?
I think that we will always have his doubt about what really occurred this fateful day. Also, there are information and data studies about these events and some explanation by the bunkers who say that the manner how the twin towers file and the noise that people listen in the building came from explosion. So USA it was not confirmed this information, and so
Yeah.
I think that never we we will know is if there is true or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that too.
I
We should
would like
continue with the.
to support more evidence that that the collapse was provoked, and it have to do with the findings of big cuts in the structure. Big cuts be done only by welders, and this requires a special equipment. The other proof is how the structure was found. The concrete was melted. I mean, the metal, the iron, everything was melted, and they were supposed to find gadget of a post office. I mean, lockers, papers. No, none of them was found, and that's a proof that it was all caused by somebody. It was not that plane that crashed into the building, as the government said.
Okay, not only a missile
Uh,
crashed to the building, like say Carlos, there are a lot of information about specialists in structural machine and structural engineer said that the collapse was forced. Nowhere only that missiles into that crashed with the building. This was attack advances. There were explosives into the building that was advanced before the missile crashed with the twin towers. All right?
Excuse me,
Let's
one last word. One last word. The building was presenting difficulties because it was an old building, and the building was full of, how you say that, asbestos. So the cost of maintenance were too high. Because of this, I need to demolish the building. But I mean, how to demolish a building in that space? How to get to demolish a building like that, an old building? It's quite difficult.
Okay. Then everybody are agree that the twin towers were not only collapsed
yeah.
by a missile airplane. Okay, beginning with another question. Were some people forewarned about the attack?
Uh,
the United States was previously warned us as possible attacks as the Saudi dissidents Osama bin Laden, one of the 10 most wanted terrorists by the United States, warned them that his followers will carry out an unprecedented attacks against the interests of the United States. His support was in place, but as report says, he had received information that Al-Madfad attacks against American interests was planned, with hindsight he had no things in seriously and preferring to squash happening very much since it, and has a to say that they lies out to find out are the people what can avoid these attacks. In this case, the authorities did now have any information about the possibilities of such an attack.
well, adding to what Sandra said, I think that it's yes, the answer to the question, because according to the video, as Camila said, the first question, the Australian, the Russian, and the German government were the United States that were was going to be an attack, but the United States didn't do anything to prevent that. I think that
Yes, USA had a flood of warning about possible terrorist attacks in the United States using airplanes as weapons.
yeah.
Also, people such as the Russian president, German intelligence, and Britain warned this. The Putin has said publicly that they ordered this intelligence agency to alert the United States last summer, 2001, that suicide pilots were training for attacks on USA targets. USA was warned about possible attack to the country, but did do anything.
Yeah.
Then you think people know that they are going to receive attack?
Yeah, or of
Yes.
course.
Okay. Of course. With I answer my first question, I say that no. But after listening to you, if United States says now that they are going to receive attack to other countries, maybe the force and government can know and are prepared for this, but people know. Because when you say people or community that you are going to receive attack, they're going to be or they become in a catastrophic and nervous for people. Okay. Then after this attack, there were many people died. Many people died. Force people died. Firefighters died. Many people was died in the 70% of people for this day received this attack. Then I think if people know about this, mm, everybody were nowhere outside. Everybody were inside because you know you are going to receive attack, but do you know the time? Do you know the place? Then I think however they know they are going to receive attack, they are know how to receive that. Okay? Can you understand me?
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't know the exact time or day, but they knew that there was going to be an attack. So what they have to do or to be ready in order to try to attack or to do something at the moment that it was happening the attack because they hit the first tower, then they hit the second tower, then they hit the Pentagon, and then the other plane crashes into Pennsylvania. So the government didn't do anything because they had the sufficient time to do something and to to avoid the other three planes that crashed into the buildings. But well, that's my opinion.
Okay, Camilo.
Uh, I would like to add something. This is one of the most important characteristic of this historic event. I mean, like in Pearl Harbor, people know about the attack, but the government, I mean, agree in that attack. Here, I don't know if it was Republican or Democrats who well told to the Congress alerting, okay, about this attack. So in that sense, this episode resembles
Okay. We're going to begin with the other question. Yes.
go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, was the Pentagon really hit by an airplane?
That was false because as the evidence confirms that the Pentagon's was hit by a jet and now with airplanes and not time mentioned that airplane crashes with the Pentagon's. Although nice stances points out that the impact to the Pentagon's was the OS and missile.
Yes, there is no sign that it was an airplane, and all the evidence confirm this. Um, Also, some investigators think that could be a military missile or military plane for the
Yeah.
what that is turned and maneuver as it did. And so I think that is not airplane and should be military missile or military plane. I don't know.
I'm agreed with Camila, and because like an aeroplane for a normal plane doing that kind of movements that the plane did, it was impossible to do that because I think that it was like a military jet or something to do with the military, and that's the situation because there's no any videos, there are no the cameras didn't get anything, so and that's the big like doubt because there is no any record of the plane hitting the Pentagon or what hit really the Pentagon.
That's right. I agree with you. Actually, there was two cameras. Okay, the Pentagon were full of cameras everywhere,
Yeah.
but two cameras, two surveillance cameras, are supposed to be manipulated. They were like photoshopping. They capture
Yeah.
images, but they report the different image of the same event at the same time. And the other have to do with what our friend Camilo said. It couldn't be done by the hijackers, as the report said, the official report said. It requires a lot of a
Training
huge
and
amount of hours of training, and they
yeah,
do not count with that training. So only experts could have done a maneuver, as Camila said, like that.
yeah, yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and I agree with yours, classmate. There were no evidence that can say that the Pentagon was crashed with another airplane missile. There was no cameras, there was no videos, there were not. I can say there was nothing that can say that this Pentagon was crashed by the other missiles airplane hit. Okay, then I'm going
Yeah.
to begin with another question. Yes,
Go
Yeah.
are you
ahead.
ready to begin another, or do you want to say anything more about that?
Well, actually, there is something real with the crater of the impact of the plane that impact the Pentagon, but not in the building, but in the, how you say that, continuous area. Okay, the crater
Mm,
is too small. I mean, compare with other plane crashes. So when they show the images, we can perceive the difference immediately.
yeah.
Okay, for this day, for this terrible day, United States, New York specifically, was attacked with a lot of weight to make the match. They use jackets, like say Carlos. They use missile airplane. They use missile. I say that I
Missile.
can say that. Okay, missiles. Um, remember the another answer that before answer. I can say people not were prepared to receive this attack. Because they're in a war with Osama bin Laden of they are terrorists. They can use a lot of things that do not imagine what is going to use to make attack. Then people don't were prepared to that. People don't know how to attack the Pentagon. People only can watch the airplane with crashed with that twin tower. Then I confirm my answer when I say that people, the force, the government, uh, were prepared or have an idea what they are going to receive. Okay, then I continued with my questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Could the okay? What could the attacks have been pretend?
According to the documentary and the different theories affirmed several people, the attacks against the wings towers will now have happening. is a surveillance system is just as the National Security Agency had now been ignored as it happens in all countries. Governments as with the factor hacks and reacts of days because these reality world are as this phishing attack is the city's population.
Yes, I am agree with Sandra because if the President Bush has given importance to the warning about this attack, the Air Force and the country could have been prepared to prevent or take the control of the situation. But there were, uh, but here there were many things that were not took in mind, and this generate terrible consequences.
Yeah. Well, I think that we are agree in the answer of this because the government in all the things, the military and the Secretary of State and the Vice President, uh, when the things are starting to happening, they have to do anything, but they didn't do anything. But so the terrible thing, as Juliana said, there wasn't the truly thing that too much people died, too innocent people died in that thing because of the lack of attention of the government to the warners.
Okay, this was a plane operation by Osama bin Laden since 1998. Okay, there was a plane for that. There was a operation that have time to organize and give a hard attack to United States. I think that government in this year was Bush. If if he know he's going to receive attack in the war, uh, he never going to ready to attack. If they are ready to do that, and Osama have a plane operation, it was a war that have more than 100 days. Do you know? It was so terrible. Excuse me. It was so terrible. It was catastrophic. Many innocent people died, like says my partner Camilo. And then I think that about that. This was a worldwide terrorist operation. Okay,
Yes.
are you agree with me?
Yeah, yeah.
I agree with you. I would like to call back some ideas of our friend Camilo have to do with the war games. I mean,
Yeah.
in that moments there were war games, and even though they were under attack, if they would have already at least stopped that war games, they would have had some planes available to repel the attack. But even to take that decision, it was impossible because the general secretary didn't answer the phone. The other
Yeah.
left another person in charge. So another have no, I mean, training to take that decision. So
Yes.
Okay, and I agree with you, Carlos.
it's difficult.
Okay,
They all conspired to left the status command, the administration command, without, I mean, control. So nobody
Yes.
could have done something about that.
okay,
Yes.
and I agree
Even
with you, Carlos.
Congress, even in the Congress, sorry, please, even in the Congress, I don't know, the justice called to the strand one of the officials and asked them, "Do you think that the AA has have something to do with the attack? I mean, by omission?" And he answered assertively because he knew that there was a kind of compromise of by the FAA with the attack.
Okay. We are going to be following with our question. We only have and two questions to answer. I have 30 minutes talking about this attack 9/11. Then I'm going to read the another question. Was Osama bin Laden really captured and killed? There are many information about that, I think. Somebody now that he was killed, somebody now that he was cut, another say he was uh, captured by a singular way. Then everybody now Osama was killed, like he was killed in Pakistan. I think there was some can you hear me so good? Hello,
Hello.
okay.
Go ahead, I hear
Hello.
you.
Okay.
Yes.
Then Osama bin Laden was killed in Pakistan. It's one of the information that I have. What do you think, Camilo? What do you think, Sandra? And you, Camila? Carlos?
Yes,
Well, if
Camila. Yes. Osama bin Laden was assassinated. The sources of the Congress indicating that bin Laden died as a shock in the hack while he resisting armed to his capture. The whereabouts of his corpse is still unknown. Those songs, media size official website, his body was buried in the sea.
It was a hard work that have uh, government and force and intelligence in United States. It was a lot of time too, but finally they can capture and kill it, I think. Do you agree with me?
I
yes,
I think that Osama bin Laden was killed, but the events didn't occur as it was informed for the USA because when the military found Osama, he deserted and he was only accompanied with his confidence messengers and was not with his family, with his wife. And as it was mentioned, um, also according to some information source, and was not tossed to the sea, as it had been said. And so the events didn't occur as it was informed for the USA.
Okay. After intelligent process, Osama bin Laden was killed. Is the answer that everybody know? Okay, are you agree with that? Beginning with our last question. Was 9/11 caused by an American government on purpose?
Well, I think that that would be a doubt forever, uh, because there are so many conspiracy theories about what happened and what really happened on September 11th. There are so many things that make us to think about that, but nobody has the really truth about what happened, because there is the opinion there are a lot of debunkers and there are a lot of conspiracy theories. But I think that anybody have the really truth about that. That's my opinion. What do you think?
If
oh,
was a purpose, I don't think that it was a purpose. They were in a war. Maybe United States want to attack, but the others attack first. But I don't know that the government of America have a purpose to receive this attack. I think I think
it
no.
it it takes hard to try to establish the link or the connection between the facts, but I mean, the United States need a back door, need something to prove. In that sense, I mean, in the first historic event, it was the attack was against Japan because Pearl Harbor. But in this case, in this moment, it was because of the yacimientos petroleros, okay, the oil war,
Mm.
and they need to take that war to Iraq, Iran, and all those territories. And supposedly, the terrorist comes to that place. So how to attack that place in the international scenario? They need to conspire to make up this story to make that possible. Just immediately after those attacks, George W. Bush announced he was going to start the war against Iraq, and he even invoked the God's power blessing to do that.
According to the documentary, USA did many things in this event. Um, there is a thing very confusing. Um, so there are many events that show the USA as the mastermind of what occurred. But there are theories that explain some things, but we don't know if they are true or not. So always we have the doubt, I think.
Yes, Camila, it has been a long time since the attacks of Center 11, but there are still many unanswered questions, and the conspiracy theories continue to sound strong. But according to the documentary, I can be noticed that the unit study showed several versions where it is X say that they were the planks that the twin towers collapses as that in the happening thing already there were explosives, light bombs inside the Saint Anne's with like weeks there is no evidence that there had been explosive charges despite the exhaustive charges. Therefore, it is now possible to decide with exactitude that this attack was caused by the unit's stasis.
I don't know if we can just make like a conclusion or something. I don't know if you agree with me, like to finish the conference. I don't know.
Excuse me, Camilo, your camera is unfocused. All right, that's right. Much better.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if we can. I can make like a conclusion. Do you think, like to finish the conference? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, I think like to conclude, we can say that the reality of the events that happened on September 11th are still a mystery because many theories have emerged and speculations about the facts that occurred because there are different types of interest and the truth is accommodated to convenience. So the real situation is that many people, many innocent people died in many families were left homeless and this tragedy will be remain I think that for all our lives and in for all the world. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, it's
And
hard
I
to
agree with,
take a position.
okay,
Adelante, please.
I'm saying like you, Camilo, this was a mysterious attack. Nobody know exactly what happened really.
Yeah.
There are many information about that, but there are some that can maybe saying us anything that could occur for this day. I think that everybody know and agree with some answer or with some situation that happened for this day according the video that we watched and according some documentary that each one can read. Then I think we finished our meeting in Skype. Are you agree with me? Eh? Yes.
Yes, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Then
Thank
I
you.
Yes,
thank
classmate.
you everybody.
Yes.
Was a pleasure to be with you today in this meeting Skype conference. I
Pleasure for me.
hope that I hope that we have good qualification for this job.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Okay.
of
we'll have it.
course.
Okay.
Thank you for
Bye.
your participation.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
See you
Thanks.
Goodbye.
later.
Bye.
Thank you.